Good evening, everyone, and welcome to digiMAX Sports Network. This is Scott Kerker along with Randy McGool and our third man in the broadcast night, Eli Young, also double dipping as our producer. Randy, you guys, this is a big game. This is a big game for Coach Dame and Metamora. Dunlap has beaten Metamora twice, and I think they believe we're the better team. I have a tendency to believe that too, but Dunlap has just played a little bit better both times we played them. And we were shorthanded the last time. That's not an excuse. We're still dealing with some illnesses. Sam Koch, Zach Bourne. But, hey, it's do or die, and, you got to play through these things now.
Yeah, and I mean, they always talk about it's tough to beat a team 3 times in 1 year, right? A good season. But, let's go back to those games that Dunlap beat us early in the year, and they weren't just any old games. I mean, the game at home, they snapped our 50-game home win streak, right? So we went to Dunlap. You thought we were going to get some retribution, and we didn't. Dunlap came out, played well, played gritty, and so Metamora definitely has some major retribution here. And obviously we're playing for our lives right now, Scott. When you think about it, hey, this is win or go home basketball here. So if there's a time to be motivated, now's the time.
Yeah, at some point, they're making excuses about being shorthand and all of that. It's February. We're leading up into March Madness. Finding excuses, trying to make excuses might end you up, maybe on your couch watching the next round come next week, come Friday night. So, this is a big game for these guys. I know been at school, they want it really bad. A lot of those guys in class with them, they want it more than anything.
Yeah, and I think they realize they're young. We've talked about that all year long. We've talked about it probably too much. But, the experience these kids have gained, as much as we say being young has hurt us, we still won 20 ball games.
Yeah. I mean, Metamora's had a nice season this year. We played great up at the Jack Tosh. I feel like our players have developed throughout the season, but now, here it is. This is final exam time, Scott. You know what I mean? We've been through the semester. We've taken the quizzes. We've had a couple of quizzes that could have caught us off guard a little bit, but now this is it. Here's the final. Are we ready to go? Have we learned from our mistakes? Are we ready to execute in this moment, right?
For sure.
Yeah, that answer to are we ready to go, I think we're absolutely ready to go. We want these guys more, it's not a team you want to beat more than anybody than a team that's already beat you twice in the year, You don't want them to be able to hold that over your head that we beat you twice, we ended your 50-game home win streak, and we I would say send your seniors home. We don't really have any seniors, but
we got one.
We got one. Kind of killed your hopes and dreams of making a deep run and ending in Champaign in the end of March.
For sure. It does seem weird to be playing in Morton at the Powder Box, and Morton's not out on the floor.
Yeah, but I like our last performance in this gym, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Triple overtime win over the Potters here. So the Redbirds have to bring some good mojo into this game.
And I do believe that we will. You get Gavin Geyer back tonight. You get Brady Jones back tonight. And those are 2 huge contributors, and I like the fact that Geyer is going to be back. I don't believe he'll probably start, but the rest of those guys probably will. So,
I think you're right. I mean, when you think about those 2 guys, Geyer and Brady Jones in particular, I mean, those are. I really 2 of the 3 most physical players. You got to throw Zach Bourne in there as a real physical player. But, Jones, what he brings in the paint and what Geyer does physically for us, and that's an element that's been kind of here and there this year is our physicality. So I agree, bringing those 2 guys back into this game should give us a lot more physical presence on the floor, and that's what we've been needing against Dunlap,
Yep. Yeah, this will be an interesting ball game.
When you think about Dunlap, though, each time we played them, it's kind of been different guys. Initially when we came out, we thought, man, it's going to be this Ryder Renette. You know, he's gonna, and he didn't start the first time we played him, and kind of played sparing a little bit. Had a couple points maybe in the second half. But, you know, the second time we played him, he started and really was kind of a feature guy for them, you know. So this Dunlap team has a lot of interchangeable parts, you know. Alternatively, the Gibbs kid, you know, the first time we played them, I mean, he was dominant.
I think.
He was dominant, and we just didn't have an answer for him. And then the second time we played him, you know, he took more of a passive role and kind of passed off to the guards a little bit. So, you know, Marvin Jordan kind of had a big game against us the first time, you know.
And so did
you know, him and Farmer. It seemed like those two guys, both of them got the ball at the elbow that first game and really just drove it down in the elbow. And it was so tight we couldn't get help over, and so they finished high off the glass, and that was kind of the weak spot that they exposed. And so this Dunlap team has kind of given us two different looks in the two times that we played them, which is pretty tough. That gets to be elusive.
Yeah, they have some matchup problems for us. But.
And the one thing about Dunlap, I mean, they just kind of play no holds barred. You know, they just come at you. You know, they're going to drive it at you. They're going to try to get you in foul trouble. You know, and I got to give, you know, some props to the coach. Coach Julius has come into Dunlap, and he's really got this team playing with a lot of energy and playing, you know, with optimism and hope. And, I mean, they're hustle. You know, they come out, they press you, they do a lot of things defensively that
they're physical. They're more physical than you think they would be.
Yeah, for you know, for the bodies they have out on the floor, they play extremely physical. So you're right, and I don't think they have a whole lot of football players out there, but they get after you. They dive on the floor. So again, I got to give credit to the coach. He's getting a lot out of his kids out here. You know,
Eli, do you recognize any of those guys that played?
Let me see that.
You know, the other kid, again, the 6'7" sophomore, the Thatcher Lee, number 0, didn't play a lot in the first time we played him, and then the second game, you know, had a lot of rebounds and was really effective, set a lot of screens, you know, added a lot of physicality to them. So again, two different pieces of Dunlap, but you know, I haven't looked at the record. I know Dunlap's right around a 500 team.
I think they're 16-15 maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did Jack Steffen play football?
Well, you know, that name sounded familiar. He might have.
As well as Marvin
Jordan.
Yeah, he might be a receiver on that team. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that.
But yeah, so interesting team in Dunlap. But I don't know about you guys. I mean, I really think the story tonight is about the Redbirds. I think we control our own destiny. You know, I mean, if we come in here, we shoot the ball well, we play clean, we don't turn the ball over, all of a sudden, you know, one thing about shooting the ball well, it heals a lot of ills.
Oh, for sure.
Right? But, you know, we just have to get shots on goal. We can't throw the ball away. We can't, you know, dribble into traps. You know, our timing on backdoor plays, our communication with different guys. It's just, there's been times this year we've been out of sync a little bit, you know. That just can't happen tonight.
Yeah. I think a big part of that is, you know, recognizing, kind of like a quarterback, you know, if it's not there, throw it away, live to see another down. You know, if we're driving, we don't quite have it, kick it out, let's live to see another, let somebody else try to take it in, let somebody else try to shoot it, you know, just kind of spread it out.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, spread it out. I love what you're saying there. The floor spacing is big for the Redbirds, you know, trying to get one-on-one matchups. You know, not dribbling into double teams, not trying to finish between 2 or 3 guys, taking what the defense gives you. And there were games earlier in the year we really did that well.
Yeah.
You know, and we were patient. We took what the defense gave us and executed extremely well there. You know, but there are times we tried to force a little bit, tried to push the ball in between players. And, you know, when you're dribbling between 2 guys, really tough to do. You know, you've got to recognize, hey, if I got 2 guys in front of me, somebody's open. I got to make that pass and execute, right?
I got a question for you guys. You know, when you talk to Coach Dame about Metamora basketball, he cherishes practice time. He talks about, you know, you never want to have more than 3 games in a week. You don't want to go, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Friday also. You know, that's just too much. He cherishes practice. we haven't played since last Tuesday. We've had a lot of practice time. And,
it's almost like another Christmas break, you know?
That we never had.
Yeah, because of the Tosh.
So I'm wondering if that is kind of just what the doctor ordered, you know, to get us back into a little bit of a groove that we're comfortable with. And hopefully maybe, you know, maybe that's the secret to this little funk that we're in. And, you know, we'll come out and play like we did earlier in the year maybe.
True. You're right. He's had a lot of time to isolate some of these issues and really work out in practice, run some drills, you know, get some things going again. So that's a great point, Scott.
I hate to kind of take the negative side on that, but the flip side on that would be, you know, you're practicing so much, you're not really seeing a game. You know, you kind of see with the college football playoff, you know, those teams that get that bye in the first round, those first 4 seeds, they're not very good that first game back because there's so much time away. That's a lot. It's like a month away. You know, we're only a week away. I still like, you know, the extra practices, you know, kind of, like you guys said, isolating the issues.
And I know Dunlap had a game after our game. I want to say they played
they had 2 more.
Glenwood.
2 more games. Okay. Yeah, so they've been a little more on the flow than we have. So you're right. That's a great point, Eli.
So
when you think about you know, that time off where Dunlap's been a little more active as of late.
But while they were concentrating on their next opponent, Metamora was getting ready to play Dunlap and hopefully Morton. True.
You're right. Yeah, Morton came out with a nice victory. I think a 20-point win in the first round here. Was that against Limestone, I believe?
I think they played Chatham Glenwood.
Was it?
No. Morton played Limestone last night.
Oh,
here
yeah.
at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Dunlap played Chatham Glenwood Friday.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I thought you were talking about Dunlap.
yeah. No. I'm just talking about Morton. So yeah. So the winner here tonight gets Morton here Friday night at home in their regional. So that's a tough nut to crack right there. You know. So, but the Redbirds coming in here in triple overtime are really, I don't know that Morton's lost any other games at home this year.
No.
So, you know, the Redbirds certainly are showing that they're capable, right?
Yep, for sure. And, you know, I just think Metamora is going to be, it's going to be another level of focus.
I'm just looking up. I want to get you a score in that Morton Limestone.
I think
game.
It was like 71-53, something like that.
73-51. You're right. 22-point win. So, yeah, would expect nothing less out of Morton here at home. You know, so. Yeah, 2.5 minutes here until tip-off. Well, or until the national anthem at least. But the gym is starting to fill up.
Nice student section.
Great
Real
student
nice student
section there for Metamora. We've got some referees with some shades on, and looks like we have some kind of the referees kind of have, or the student section, they've got kind of a stick out there.
Yeah.
Almost looks
maybe
like
we can show the student section here
almost
a little
looks like a blind guy walking in a park over there. You know, so I don't know what the implication is over there, but looks like the student section is ready to have some fun and get going. And Morton's student section over here is Dunlap student section over here is pretty fired up. So, you know, the intensity is slowly starting to build here as more people fly onto the gym here. Yeah, this shapes up to be a pretty good game after what we've seen throughout the season. So.
I watched Metamora in the warm-ups here, and this goes back to when I was in grade school. I always figured if I shot poorly in warm-ups, I would shoot lights out in the game. And more often than not, that's the way it is. And I've watched Metamora, and they're laying some bricks down there.
That's what they say about a pitcher and a bullpen, too. You know, you're not dialed in the bullpen down there, and you come in, you're throwing lights out.
I see Busey's got his Tyler Mason shoes on tonight.
That's always a good sign.
That's a very good sign. So that means he's ready to go.
he goes around asking people what shoes he should wear. He asked me what shoes he should wear, so I had a little input tonight.
Nice.
And you picked the
of course I picked the green ones. Me and Nathan Wallister's go-to.
Outstanding. So, yeah. Geyer's got the headband on. He looks like he's ready to go, ready to bang a little bit.
Let's get ready for the national anthem and the starting lineups. So, you guys, we go with Morrison instead of Koch. We knew Koch was a little under the weather, so they're going with Morrison.
And you got Geyer back in there for Bourne. So this is Geyer's first start in quite some time.
January 12th.
So he's got to be fired up here. You saw him do that floor slap there, so he's ready to go tonight, ready to bring a different level here. So Dunlap controls the tip. Burnett brings it up, guarded by Morrison. Farmer's got it, guarded by Vasquez. Gets the screen from Gibbs. Nice help by Busey there on the screen. Little backdoor pass to Gibbs, and he collects and gets the layup.
How'd the ball get through there?
Tell you what, Jones almost had his hand on it. Busey for three out of the corner. Gibbs controls it for Dunlap.
Oh, that's
ball
off his foot.
goes off of Burnett's foot, and Metamora ball.
Yep.
Nice job by the defense.
I never did see the referees say Metamora ball, though.
Yeah, I think he was looking for help across the court, and the cross-court ref gave him the signal, but he didn't see it. Vasquez now gets doubled. Finds Busey to Jones.
And
the layup.
easy.
Great job thrown over the pressure of the press there out of the double team. Good early recognition.
Jones just
now
doesn't stay in the lane because
ball goes up off the front, gets bounced up.
Oh,
and there's the sophomore. Thatcher Lee picks up the bucket. Like I said, he was tough on the boards last time we played them.
he's 6'7". He's a big kid.
Ball goes into Geyer, just overthrown. He saves it. Farmer collects underneath his own hoop, gets it up to Renette. Now the corner to Gibbs. He drives. Jones gets a piece of it, gets the rebound. Jones now on the move, up the court, kicks it out to Vasquez. Now to Geyer, over to Morrison. Morrison drives baseline, kicks it out to Busey. Geyer tries to get it in the lane. Vasquez now collects it out front. Back to Geyer. Geyer wheels in, gets it out to Jones, up to Morrison. Vasquez now takes it in, kicks it out to Jones for three. And Busey skies in for the rebound, gets it back out to Vasquez for three.
Good!
And there it is. Nice work on the offensive boards by Briggs Busey.
He got up there for that one.
Farmer, little jumper, and Busey with the rebound. Gets up to Morrison. Morrison takes it strong against the big man. He draws the foul against the 6'7" sophomore, Thatcher Lee. And Morrison will go to the line to shoot two.
And I love that. I love the fact that he took it right at the guy.
Nice aggressive attack there by Morrison. A good recognition by the team to have their head up and advance the ball. Get it up the floor.
First one's up and good.
For some offense there. When a team wants to put pressure on you, it's so nice to attack and make them pay the price for delivering that pressure.
Got the second one also, 7-4 Redbirds.
Renette guarded by Morrison.
Oh, look at Vasquez he's kind of muscling Farmer around a little bit.
Gibbs gets in the lane. Layup is good. Boy, he's crafty, The pace of his game is it's the more mature pace, Geyer turns the corner, kicks it out to Vasquez for three. Wow. I'll tell you what, Vasquez is looking smooth beyond the arc tonight. Busey now has the assignment on Gibbs. Burnett now guarded by Morrison. Busey now picks up Lee. Lee's in the lane. And a foul called. But boy, it almost looked like he had an extra step there. But Busey will get called for the foul in the lane.
They're saying it's on the floor and it's not a shooting foul.
Stefan now comes in the lineup for Dunlap. He replaces number 10, Holden Lee. Burnett kicks out to Steffen for three. Right off the bench. Puts in a three. Busey now drives baseline.
That's a nice
host of Dunlap players there for the rebound.
That was a nice drive, though.
Burnett now, a little pull-up jumper, misses everything. Steffen now throws it off a guy or out of bounds.
Sam Koch and
Zach
Bourne come in for Geyer and Morrison. You're going to press maybe a little bit?
Burnett gets it in the lead. Kicks it out to Farmer. Now to Steffen for three off the front. Ball gets knocked around. Busey comes out with it. Gets it to Koch.
And good.
It in.
Beautiful fast break.
Nice transition bucket there by the Birds to get that rebound and go. Keep the defense down the floor.
That'll make Sam feel a little better.
Absolutely. For a second there, I thought he thought about dunking it, but he thought, you know what? I'll lay this puppy in. Burnett for three, and he drains it. Ties things up at 12 here. 3 minutes to go in the first. Dunlap showing a little token pressure here on the inbounds. Bourne comes up, sets a screen for Vasquez. Bourne now gets it down low. He gets fouled by Steffen. That'll send Bourne to the line to shoot two.
First one climbs in.
Now Marvin Jordan and Blake Mishner come in for Dunlap. They replaces Thatcher Lee and Farmer. Burnett now brings it up against Vasquez. Gibbs gets a little curl cut into the lane, kicks it out.
Oh, nice job.
Almost gets the steal.
Geyer will come back into the Redbird lineup, and he'll replace Jones, give him a break.
Burnett for three.
Oh, my gosh.
It's tough. Busey drives the baseline.
And he gets it to fall.
Ties it up at 15. Burnett. A little hard off the board. Koch with the rebound. Redbirds on the run. A little strong for Busey. Burnett with the rebound. I like how the Redbirds are getting the rebound and looking to attack.
Yep.
Burnett for three. And that's a problem for the Redbirds right now. And a foul is called. It's going to go against Marvin Jordan.
Marvin Jordan.
For the hold. Farmer now comes back into the game for Dunlap. He replaces Gibbs. Dunlap showing a little 1-2-2 press here. A little zone press. Reversal to Vasquez. Down to Bourne. Yeah. And Bourne gives the charge. And that'll be the first on Bourne here tonight. First in a little 2-3 zone here. Mixing things up. Well, now it's a man. Dunlap content to hold for one here to end the quarter. Gets it for three from way out. Dunlap picks up the rebound, doesn't go. Geyer's got it now with 6. Up to Koch. Down to Bourne, who lays it in.
And good! That's a buzzer!
And the Redbirds close it to 1 point, down 18-17 at the end of one.
Take this time to hear from our sponsors.
Thank you to Redbird sponsor Kerrigan's Pub, serving drinkable happiness since 2000. A thank you to sponsor Commerce Bank. Commerce Bank is proud to support the Metamora Redbirds. Redbird sponsor Easy Mortgage. Mortgage Matt and the Easy Mortgage team are here to help you land the lowest rate on your next home. A Redbird thank you to Goodfield State Bank, big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Welcome back to Bourne. Redbirds trail by 1 going into the second quarter, 18-17. High scoring first quarter.
Absolutely, and Dunlap riding the coattails of Ryder Renette, who's got 9 points, 9 out of their 18 here, 3 for 4 from three-point land. So he's a guy that Redbirds can't give him any space at all.
Redbirds come out with Geyer, Bourne. It looks like Morrison, Vasquez, and Jones.
Ball goes into Geyer. Kicks it over to Jones, into Bourne in the paint.
And he gets the 2 points, 2 buckets in a row.
Bourne gives the Redbirds a 1 point lead here.
I like how we noticed the mismatch and got Bourne the ball underneath.
And Bourne did a nice job. Farmer gets in the lane, and Bourne rips away the rebound, and now it's stolen. Back to Farmer, and he'll get fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. But Farmer was just hawking that outlet pass there, and just didn't see him. So turnover for the Redbirds. Could be costly here.
That's Sam Koch's second foul, so I think he'll come out. No, they'll come in for...
yeah, I think that's Bourne. That's Bourne's second foul.
Yeah, Bourne's second foul, yep. Koch wasn't even in the game yet.
Yeah. Farmer makes the first. The second misses, so tie game. Morrison with the rebound, gets it out to Busey. And now Geyer wants the ball in the paint against Renette. Gets it out to Bourne, or to Jones. There you go. Cleans up his layup, moves it in.
Probably should have just gone up and dunked it. That's what Tom Hagen would have done.
Absolutely. The GOAT wouldn't have thought twice about that. Three-point shot is up from Dunlap. Long rebound. Rebounded by Dunlap. Burnett now drives baseline.
With 4 Redbirds running.
Busey kicks it to Morrison in the corner. Off Dunlap, out of bounds to the Redbirds. Now Gibbs will check back into the game. He'll replace Burnett for Dunlap. Vasquez to inbound for the Birds. Ball goes into Morrison to Vasquez in the corner.
He's got the baseline. They're giving him the baseline now.
Morrison drives to the left, kicks it over to Jones.
And good.
High off the glass. Nice interior passing there by Colin Morrison to get it up high to Jones and let him finish right off the bat.
Nice catch, too.
Yeah.
That ball was smoked, and he made a nice catch.
Lee works his way in the lane, gets it to Gibbs. Ball gets ripped away by Morrison, recovered by Vasquez.
I like how physical we are right now. We're being the more physical team right now.
Morrison's the ball hawk right now. Busey for 3, long. Morrison with the rebound, out to Vasquez. Thought about the 3, but didn't pull the trigger. Morrison now works his way in the paint, kicks it out to Geyer for 3. Doesn't go. Gibbs with the rebound on the backside. Farmer now pushes it up the side. Takes it in on Vasquez, gets into the paint. 3-point shot is up, and that's good for Blake Mishner. Cuts the Redbird lead to 1 here. Morrison brings it up against Gibbs. And Gibbs will foul Morrison out front.
He had his hands. If you just have your hands up like that and let the guy come into you, that's not a foul, but they're trying to stop you with their hands.
Yeah, he kind of had a 2-hand check there, and that was a point of emphasis a number of years ago to the officiating crew. You bring that second hand down, the hip check, that's an immediate whistle. Burnett checks back in the lineup for Dunlap. Replaces Cook. Brady Jones gets his own rebound. Ball gets knocked out. Morrison recovers. Busey drives baseline. Kicks it out to Vasquez for 3. Long rebound. Handled by Jones. Gets knocked away by Farmer. Up to Thatcher Lee. And he gets fouled on the layup. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that goes against Morrison. That'll be his first. So Thatcher Lee, the 6'7" sophomore, goes to the line to shoot 2 here for Dunlap.
Sam Koch off the Redbird bench. He'll check in after the free throw. Missed the first. Koch will come in for, looks like Gavin Geyer.
Thatcher Lee ties it up to 23. Dunlap showing full court pressure here. Little zone press. Busey for 3. Long Koch with the rebound. Gets it to Morrison for 3. Off the front. Farmer with the long rebound. Gibbs gets in the lane, and he
traveled, yeah.
A little happy feet from Gibbs, so that'll be Metamora ball. think Gibbs was anticipating, someone to lean on there, and they kind of backed off him, and he lost his footing. Busey gets in the paint, kicks it out to Vasquez. Extend 2. Nice job by Vasquez to find Sam Koch. Ball just doesn't go in for him. That was a nice find off the double team, though.
Yep.
Burnett for 3. Just rims out. Busey now with the rebound. And ball goes out of bounds to Dunlap.
You've got to be stronger after the rebound. This is like third time we turned the ball over after a rebound.
They pulled that rebound. Dunlap now will take a timeout. Talk things over. All tied up here at 23, 2:49 to go in the half. And you're right, some of those little turnovers. Busey did a great job up top, skying, ripping that ball down, but he brought it down. There was 2 Dunlap players right there kind of knocking that ball away. Sometimes you got to keep that ball up high. The Redbirds have had a lot of opportunities here. That ball is just kind of rimming out a little bit on us. Got to take it a little stronger and get it high off the board. Make it work, but nice balance scoring by the Redbirds. Again, Renette leads Dunlap with 9. Vasquez and Jones both had 6 for the Birds.
The big Dunlap ball after the timeout.
Ball goes into Lee. Get it out to Renette. Renette drives in, and the ball goes out of bounds. And they're saying it got tipped by somebody. I think he just lost the handle.
I think he did too.
Out of bounds. I don't know. But the officials aren't really concerned about it. And now they're going to get a foul here on Dunlap. And that's going to go against Steffen. A little push off on the screen. Vasquez brings it up against Farmer here. Hands it off to Koch. Now to Morrison. Jones comes up, hands it off to Morrison, who drives in, high off the glass. A nice finish by Colin Morrison over 2 Dunlap defenders. Gibbs drives baseline, puts his way in the lane, doesn't go, and
that's Metamora ball. Yeah, because that guy got
his hand. Leaves is behind Jones and knocks it away, so Redbirds to inbound. Vasquez now gets it. To bring it up against Gibbs.
First need a bucket here.
Gets it to Busey, now to Morrison. Down to Koch, and Gibbs just recovers in time and knocks it out of bounds. And Metamora will inbound underneath their own hoop. Boy, just a quarter second earlier, and Sam Koch had a layup there. Kind of blown coverage by the defense. Ball goes in, looking for Busey, and Busey just wasn't ready for it. So Dunlap to inbound.
That was weird. That was weird.
And now Holden Lee will come in. But Dunlap, he replaces Steffen.
And Gavin Geyer comes in for Colin Morrison.
Holden Lee guarded by Geyer. Out front. Double screen for Renette. And Lee just pulls his way into the lane. Doesn't go, and somehow the ball rolls out to him to get his own rebound and puts it back. And boy, that went right through 2 Redbirds there. That ties things up here at 25. Vasquez now against Gibbs, gets it into Geyer. Geyer hands it off to Vasquez. Out to Jones. And tries to get it to Busey, but Farmer picks it off along the baseline. The ball goes up the hole to Lee. Layup doesn't go. Koch now with the rebound gets it up to Jones. And Jones with the lay-in. Nice job by Sam Koch to look up and find the bunny. Lee gets it down to Gibbs on the baseline. Finishes, ties things back up at 27. Vasquez brings it up against Farmer, hands it off to Jones. Now to Busey, now to Koch.
20 seconds to go. I'm sure we're working for one shot.
Koch
maybe not.
Gets in the paint and gets fouled by Gibbs. And that'll take Koch to the line to shoot 2. Second foul on Gibbs here.
Team's third. Shooting for the Redbirds, 22, Sam Koch.
First one's up and good.
Morrison checks into the game. He replaces Busey. And then Blake Mishner checks into the game for Dunlap. He replaces Gibbs.
And here goes Ashton Taylor will also come in.
He's going to replace the shooter, Koch, if he makes it.
Oh, he'll make it.
Dunlap with the rebound, and on the attack, fouls on the floor, it looks like.
Yeah, he said it was on the floor.
That goes against Vasquez. That'll be his first foul. Now, Ashton Taylor comes into the game, replaces Koch. So Dunlap to inbound. Farmer's got it, gets it to Renette.
Oh, nice
Morrison fouls Renette out front with 3.8 to go. And that's the second on Morrison. But again, just trying to slow him down. The Redbirds had 1 to give. So I got to believe they're going to run a couple screens here for Renette. And there they are. Ball goes out to Renette in the circle. Ball's loose. Gets the ball up against Vasquez, and that's it. Redbirds take a 1-point lead in the half, up 28-27 here in Morton in the regional.
We'll take a timeout here from our sponsors and have the second half.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
Germantown Grill, where our staff loves the game as much as you do. Germantown Grill, where our staff loves the game as much as you do. Football, basketball, baseball, whatever your sport, we'll be cheering right along as we serve up your hometown favorites. We've got everything you need to celebrate the wins. Food and flavors to satisfy any craving. Plus, the best private gaming around, powered by Gold Rush Gaming, the gold standard in video gaming. Only at Germantown Grill in Germantown Hills.
Welcome to Kaufman Wellness Center.
I have struggled with back pain for many years. I've only had 7 decompression treatments, but I have already seen a huge improvement.
Throughout working and sports injuries and that type of thing, my body's been abused for well over 50 years, and Dr. Kaufman has kept me to where I could continue to work. I had carpal tunnel, and once we started the laser light, that tingling and numbness was alleviated.
At Kaufman Wellness Center, your journey to wellness starts here.
From storefronts to civic landmarks, Martin Sign Service brings your message to life. As a full-service sign and graphics provider, we manage every detail from design to permitting, fabrication, and installation. Precision craftsmanship on every sign, every time. Channel letters, pylon, and digital message signs that stand out day and night. In business for over 65 years, our expert team delivers every project on time and on budget. Martin Sign Service, trusted for quality, committed to your brand. Contact us today for a free quote on your next project.
A thank you to scoreboard sponsor Midwest Building Systems, a family-owned company serving Central Illinois for 30-plus years. Call Midwest for all your building needs.
What sets Snyder Village apart from other retirement living options? With a campus of over 40 acres, Snyder Village is a life plan community, offering several levels of care at one convenient location. From independent living to assisted living to skilled nursing, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Snyder Village is a faith-based community, providing for the physical, emotional, and spiritual needs of others. As a nonprofit organization, Snyder Village offers a local touch. Come see why people call Snyder Village home. Visit SnyderVillage.com.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Greg Harmon for your personal price plan today.
Well, welcome back to Morton High School as the Redbirds took that slim 1-point lead into the halftime locker room. I believe it's Morton ball to start the second half, isn't it? I believe it is.
I can't tell by looking up on the scoreboard, but
yeah, I do think it is going to be. I see down here from up here, I see it's pointing towards their bench.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Renette, still with 9 points, had those 9 points in the first quarter.
So they did a nice job with him.
Brady Jones with 8 for the Redbirds.
We're pretty balanced.
Yeah, Redbirds are playing balanced. We just, we got to continue the physicality. Dunlap's out here playing extremely physical. We got to put our body into it and just finish strong down by the hoop. We just had a couple just roll off the front of the rim. It's making a little bit of difference. Briggs Busey, I think he's going to dial in that three-pointer the second half. He missed a couple, but, you hit 1 or 2 of those. Makes things look a lot different here in the scoring column. I just like the way the personality of the Redbirds has been this first half. We've ripped that rebound down on the defensive side and just looked to attack, and that's created some scoring opportunities for us in transition. So
we have to be stronger when we do get the ball because they've had a tendency to slap the ball away. I think we've got 2 or 3 turnovers after we've gotten the rebound.
Ball goes down to Lee. Layup doesn't go. Busey with the rebound, up to Geyer, to Jones. Jones recovers it and puts it in. Nice job by the Birds.
Nice feed by Geyer.
Yeah, and, Jones is the cutter filling that lane, and just nice job. Gibbs gets it on the block against Busey. A little fadeaway, doesn't go. Jones with the rebound.
Was that
up
close
to
to
Morrison?
block?
And now Burnett makes the play and gets the steal here. Gets it to Gibbs. Farmer now against Geyer. Working his way in, kicks it out for 3. That's over Lee, and Jones with the rebound.
Nice job by Metamora. That was a nice job on the defensive board.
Busey now has it. Gets it in to Geyer at the free throw line. Geyer now works his way in the lane. Doesn't go. Jones battles for the rebound. Gets
nice
it to
job.
Busey. Busey now gets in the paint. Kicks it out to Vasquez for 3. Beautiful. Nice inside out 3-point look by the Redbirds there. Excellent work. Burnett working against Vasquez. Kicks it over to Farmer. Now over to Holden Lee. With the screen from Thackerley. A lot of screens being set. Farmer now gets fouled as he attempts the shot down in the paint. That's going to go against Jones. That'll be his first foul tonight. But boy, Dunlap setting a lot of screens on the offensive end there. Just playing extremely physical. And now we got a bench warning there on the Dunlap coaching crew. First one doesn't go for Farmer.
You know what I always say, Randy? Ball don't lie.
And Jones controls the rebound, but gets it out to Busey. Busey against Renette. Spin dribble. Little pull-up floater. Doesn't go. Backer Lee pulls the rebound down for Dunlap.
I do like that move. I like everything about
for 3. Doesn't go. Ball bounces out. Run down by Morrison. Morrison now pushes it up. Gets it in the paint. Takes it into the big man. Oh, doesn't finish. Gives it the rebound. Gets it to Farmer. Dunlap's on the run now.
Metamora ball.
And that's
Metamora ball.
nice
Yep.
job. Was that Busey or was that Geyer
I think that was Busey that got in front of him, I think.
just knocked that ball against Farmer's leg, and that'll be Metamora ball. And now Dunlap takes the time out here with 5:03 to go in the third. Down by 6. Redbirds up 33-27. And Redbirds are just bringing the energy here.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, we talk about that inside-out three-point look. And, you know, Busey got in the paint, pivoted, got it out to Vasquez right at the top of the key, and that is a great look. And Vasquez now with 9 points, 3 three-pointers, doing a great job from outside.
We've needed that. And he's hit 3. I think he's 3 for 4.
Yeah. With Morrison in the game, you know, Morrison's doing a lot of the ball handling. It's allowing Vasquez to run baseline and really be more of a contributor, kind of a catch-and-shoot guy, not having to have the ball in his hand all the time. And he's really making hay with that tonight. Geyer will inbound the ball for Metamora, and Dunlap comes out in the press. Morrison gets it. Like a little 1-2-2 zone press here. Jones gets it on the baseline. Barnett. Yep. Gets the steal, gets it to Thatcher Lee, and now Jones gets caught on the reach, and that'll be his second foul.
I'd like to see him take one more dribble and just go up.
Yeah, just pump fake, go up into the defender, see what you get. Yeah, that's always a good option. Barnett for 3. Jones gets the rebound, double team, and Gibbs knocks it away, comes back in an attack. The Busey comes up with it. Busey down the lane, and Jones.
It's Metamora ball. Oh.
Lee didn't touch it off of Jones, so it'll be Metamora ball. That's just another layup that just did not go for us, Scott.
Sam Cox will come in.
Just rimmed out, so now Busey comes out.
And Zach Bourne will come in, and he'll replace.
Comes in for Jones. Barnett brings it up against Vasquez. There's Steffens setting the screen. Double screen for Barnett. Gibbs now attacks in the lane. And
that's a charge.
Colin Morrison gets position and draws the charge against Gibbs, and that'll be the third foul on Gibbs. Nice job by Colin Morrison to get in position there. Redbirds working it against the press here. Reverses it to Geyer, who attacks the backside.
Yeah.
And now Geyer gets mauled.
He pushed his whole arm out there.
And he extended. You know, when you get that arm up, if you extend, they're going to call you for the offensive foul. And that's Geyer's first foul for the contest. Burnett brings it up against Vasquez. They get it out to Farmer. And again, these picks by Dunlap are just vicious. Redbirds really have to work hard stepping around these screens because they do a great job of setting their man up and driving through the screen. Farmer now drives it down, loses the ball. Bourne comes up with a 2-on-1. And Bourne finishes high off the glass. Gives the Redbirds an 8-point lead here with 3:20 to go in the third. Big comes Gibbs to set a screen up. Pulled by Renette now, works his way in the paint. Throws it up off the glass.
Wasn't that a travel?
A lot of steps, but he did it quickly and no call.
That's their first points of the half.
Yeah, cuts the lead down to 6. Farmer just gets a tip on it. Gibbs comes up with a steal. There's Gibbs, works his way backdoor pass, gets batted away, and now Gibbs is going to get called for the foul.
Yep.
And now also a technical on the Dunlap coach. So 2 big calls there, because that'll be the 4th foul on Gibbs.
How can they be upset, though? The guy got run over. Sam Koch got run over.
Yeah, I think that's just an emotional moment there. And now Vasquez will step up to the line for the Redbirds to shoot the technical.
Oh, come on, Logan.
That thing was all but down, you know? Vasquez looking for double digits here. Oh, doesn't get it. Couple substitutions for Dunlap. Cook and Jordan come. They replace Gibbs and Renette. And Metamora will inbound at half court.
You got to get some points out of this.
And here's the time to take advantage of these guys. Gibbs off the floor. Ball goes into Vasquez, guarded by Jordan. And the ball just gets away from Vasquez.
We got nothing out of that, Randy.
Well, and you got Dunlap just kind of jumping in front of people and just playing some little physical games. The Redbirds really need to keep their head in the game here and not take the bait. Stephen now was fouled by Vasquez out front. Dunlap to inbound. And that'll be the 2nd foul on Vasquez here. 4th team foul for the Redbirds. So Dunlap will be shooting from here on out in the 3rd period. Farmer guarded by Vasquez. Farmer now guarded by Morrison. Stephen guarded by Bourne, gets it to Jordan. Now over to Farmer now. Looking to wheel.
Nice job. Nice job by Morrison to cut off that baseline.
Nice defense by the Birds, and now the ball's lost and out of bounds.
Yeah.
And that's Metamora ball. That's just pure effort by the Metamora team, playing defense and just not giving Dunlap anything. And now Cook comes out of the game. Renette checks in for Dunlap. Ball goes into Geyer, guarded by Farmer. Now Vasquez brings it up against Renette, and they look to double him. Redbirds reverse out of it nicely. Geyer gets downhill in the lane.
And good.
And gets the bucket. Nice Euro step by Gavin Geyer to finish in the lane. Puts the lead back up to 8 for the Birds. And now the ball goes out of bounds.
Oh,
George somehow runs it down.
Pretty good hustle. Pretty good hustle
half court. Wow, what a hustle by Jordan. Renette against Vasquez. 40 seconds to go in the 3rd. Renette gets into the paint. Doesn't go. Bourne with the rebound. Gets it up to Vasquez. Under 30 seconds to go in the 3rd. Morrison now back to Vasquez. Dunlap with a little zone defense here. And Koch gets it and good. Delivered by Vasquez for the layup. And Redbirds are up by 10 here. As the clock winds down the third, down to 10 seconds. Ball's in Renette's hand, guarded by Vasquez. Switches off to Geyer. Renette for three. Doesn't go. Koch with the rebound. And that'll bring us to the end of the third. Redbirds up by 10, 39-29. Here at Gordon.
A 10-2 run by the Redbirds. Taking some time now to thank our sponsor.
Redbird sponsor, Hanover's Pub. Your favorite food and drinks every time you visit. A thank you to Redbird sponsor, Kirby Foods in Metamora. Be sure to check out their signature Kirby items in the deli and meat departments. Thank you to Redbird sponsor, Mason Funeral Homes, proud supporter of the Metamora Redbirds. Thank you to Redbird halftime sponsor, Merrill Lynch, local faces with big company resources.
Welcome back to Morton High School. Yeah, I got to think about that sometimes because I want to say back to Metamora or back to Dunlap.
There's a lot of red in here, you know.
Yeah. And Redbirds will have the ball to start this fourth quarter. It looks.
So, you know, Redbirds up by 10. They've got to continue to attack, continue to play aggressive. You cannot let this Dunlap team be the aggressor here. We have to stay aggressive. Ball sails out of bounds to Dunlap.
Those are the unforced turnovers we can't let happen.
Farmer gets it to Renette. Renette guarded by Morrison. There's going to be a lot of screens being set here.
Oh, nice job. Is that who is that over there? Is that Bourne?
Zach Bourne did a nice job defensive there, just using his body, getting in front of the defender.
He was going to spot up and shoot
Gibbs
that.
now back in the game for Dunlap with 4 fouls. And there's Holden Lee for the layup. Cuts the lead to 8.
Oh.
And now Bourne sets a nice pick on Ryder Renette. And ball gets reversed to Morrison.
That was a clean pick, though.
One of the better picks of the season. Brady Jones from Geyer puts it back up to 10. Gibbs now works his way in the lane. Picks it out to Holden Lee. Layup doesn't go. Jones with the rebound. Jones has done a great job on the defensive boards tonight. You know, he's really commanded it down there and put the ball up high when he's got one. Bourne now gets fouled. That's going to go against Blake Mishner, 5'10" junior.
Somebody's told Zach Bourne about physical picks.
I love it.
Because Joe Nealon would have loved that one there.
I'd say he might have been paying attention in the Joe Nealon lesson there. He came to practice a couple weeks ago. So Mishner checks out of the lineup. Jones in the paint, little fadeaway jumper, doesn't go. Off of Gibbs, and Bourne almost knocks it away, and Burnett comes up with it.
I still like the shot by Jones, though.
Yeah. Burnett in the lane, a little floater, rims out, Lee with the rebound, gets fouled. That goes against Brady Jones, and that'll be his third.
It's fourth quarter, it's okay.
So that brings the sophomore, Thatcher Lee, the 6'7", to the line.
First one climbs in. Boy, if Brady Jones can get that little teardrop to start falling for him next year, he could be unstoppable. Got the second one to climb in. And Dunlap will take a timeout.
So 6:02 to go. Redbirds with the 8-point lead. And I got to believe Dunlap's going to do something a little different maybe with their press here, just to try to get a couple steals and easy buckets, try to get back in this thing.
And so we brought in Sam Koch, probably thinking the same thing, need another ball handler in there, so he'll come in replacing Zach Bourne.
Yep, just take care of the ball, throw over this pressure.
Redbirds just have to be strong with the basketball, Randy.
Yep.
Hit the free throws and be strong with the basketball.
Yep, just take care of it. Make the easy pass. Take what the defense gives you. So Koch came in. Was that for Bourne or Busey? Or
Bourne. He came in for Bourne.
For Bourne, okay. So Dunlap appears to be in a man press. But we'll see what they end up doing here. Ball goes into Vasquez. Okay. Well, now they're going to double off the man press, and they reverse it to Morrison. Morrison comes up the sideline. Ball gets taken away. Ball's loose. Morrison dives on the floor. Jump ball. And it will be
Dunlap
ball, looks like. So that's another case where, you want to pull it out there. You don't want to dribble between two guys. And when you do, you're going to get in trouble.
Yep.
So Renette brings it up, guarded by Morrison. Lee now, and Jones gets his hand on the ball, and now the ball goes up. Jones wasn't looking, and Farmer comes up with it. Gets the ball to Lee, to Gibbs, and they convert.
6-point lead now. Birds need a bucket.
Yep, he's got to take care of it. Ball goes into Geyer in the middle, out to Koch. Dunlap, kind of in a little trapping zone defense here. And there's Vasquez looking to reverts it to Koch, now to Geyer. Back to Vasquez. Now to Morrison, baseline to Jones for the layup.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Nice action on the backside of the zone there by the Birds. Back up to an 8-point lead here with 4.5 to go. I'm sorry, 4:53 to go. Renette works his way in the lane, doesn't go. Lee somehow collects the rebound and gets fouled by Jones, and that's going to be Jones' 4th foul here.
And that'll bring up Cam Beekman off the Redbird bench for the first time tonight.
Sophomore puts the first shot in, and Jones will take a seat here with 4:45 to go in the 4th. Lee hits them both. Cuts the lead down to 6. Ball goes into Geyer. Out of Morrison. Back to Geyer. Guy reverses out of it.
And Metamora takes timeout.
Calls a timeout. Didn't like what he was seeing over there. And so Redbirds up by 6 with 4:37 to go in the 4th. And it's just the 30.
That was a good timeout.
Yeah, but, I think Coach did not like how we were working the ball at the sideline. I think he wants to see us get the ball to the middle of the floor and then work it down. And if you get the ball in the middle of the floor and you turn an attack, you really should get a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 against this press because they're front load and bodies on this trapping press. So I gotta believe we want to get the ball to the middle of the floor here, Scott.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes. Get the ball up and high. You got a ball fake against it. You can't dribble through it, especially down in the edges. So Dunlap showing, again, they're matching up here, but I don't know if this morphs into a zone press or if they stay in a man press. Ball goes into Morrison underneath the Redbird hoop. And Morrison now has got 2. Gets the ball to Vasquez, who now is triple teamed. And now gets it over to Morrison, to Geyer. Now back to Vasquez. Now to Beekman. Ball gets knocked away. Beekman recovers. And they call him for over and back, which kind of a recovery, but that'll be a turnover. Dunlap to inbound.
Boy, these presses just kill us.
And sometimes you just got to get that ball, turn and look, keep it up high. And now, get a little tie up here between Farmer and Vasquez. And Vasquez gets called with the hold. And that'll be his 3rd foul. And now the officials are kind of talking it over here. I don't know if there's any extracurriculars or anything.
It's kind of been going on all game between those two. I've kind of seen it.
And now, did he signal a technical there? I don't know what. You guys see that? So I don't know if this is going to be a. So it's double technical here on Farmer and Vasquez. So that's going to give Vasquez 4 fouls, and that'll be Farmer's first. So I think that goes to the jump ball.
And then it should be Redbird ball, but I think there was a foul.
Well, yeah, you're right. They're going off that initial foul. So Dunlap to inbound. Farmer guarded by Burnett now. Ball goes into Thatcher Lee. Beekman gets a hand on it. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Dunlap ball. Beekman just barely tipped that ball to have a miss on the layup. Burnett now gets it against Morrison. Nice job by Morrison. Farmer now in the lane. Layup doesn't go. Vasquez skies for the rebound, controls it. Geyer gets it up to Morrison. Morrison now was blocked out of bounds. It'll be Redbird to inbound.
I like how we're taking it right at him. We're not backing down.
Tell you what, yeah, this game is getting extremely physical here. I mean, it has been, but it's taken a whole nother level up here. Everybody's just got to keep their head. Ball goes into Vasquez. Over to Morrison, guarded by Gibbs. Now they send the double. Now to Geyer. Ball gets knocked away. Vasquez jumps on it. And Vasquez is out of bounds. It'll be Dunlap ball.
Randy, that we can't. We're panicking right now.
Yeah, Dunlap is attacking on the ball side. We've got to reverse it. And now Brady Jones comes back into the lineup here.
Zach Bourne will come in too.
Beekman. And Bourne now comes in. He replaces Koch. .2:59 to go. Renette brings it up. Gets it over to Holden Lee. Guarded by Bourne. Now Farmer's got it. Guarded by Geyer. Gets it over to Steffen. Now down to Farmer on the bay, and he falls down. The ball goes out of bounds.
And a Metamora ball.
I hope he's okay. He popped right up. Boy, almost looked like his knee gave out or he slipped or something.
Everybody's been slipping.
Yeah. So Redbirds to inbound, and Dunlap again kind of in this man matchup press that I think morphs into.
That's a travel. Yeah, he moved.
Geyer moved his feet on the inbound.
Yeah.
So Dunlap now to inbound, and you're right, you're so accustomed to inbounding after a made basket where you can run the baseline. So ball goes up. Jones almost gets it. Gibbs turns and scores for Dunlap. Cuts it to 4. Ball goes in to Vasquez. Guarded by Steffen, and now Steffen holds him. And that'll be a foul on Steffen, his second.
Randy, when we get the ball in bounded, we got to get it and go. We can't let them have time to come and trap it.
Again, Dunlap is being extremely physical here. Mishler comes in. He replaces Lee. And now
will come in replacing Jones.
Get another ball handler out there. Busey gets it. And the press gets doubled. Ball comes out. Geyer picks it up. And now Vasquez has it. And good for the layup. Nice job to attack the press on the backside.
Found the open man.
Burnett now works against Vasquez. Gets it to Steffen. Steffen now attacks the rim. Goes up with the left. Finishes.
And Dunlap take a timeout. They've got 1 left.
Minute 59 to go. Redbirds up by 4. They'll inbound underneath their own hoop. And again, I imagine Dunlap's going to try to tweak this press a little bit, just give us a little bit different look, try to create some confusion.
I think you're right. We got to get the ball and go, get the ball to the middle, and don't give them time to come and trap us.
Yeah, and when you see that trap come, they're bringing the trap and then they're cheating up the backside so that the cross-court pass isn't there. But you're right, Geyer does this better than anybody on our team, but just releases right into the free throw line. And when you're running a trapping defense, that center of the floor is always wide open. You go attack, you get that ball in the center, and you turn if you rip, or the backside cutter is going to be wide open for a layup. But again, when you're trapping up top, you're giving something up on the backside of the defense, always.
Got to be strong with the ball. Got to be strong.
Yeah, got a ball fake. Dunlap's got active hands, and again, they're extremely physical. They're bumping everything.
Metamora comes out with Morrison, Busey, Vasquez, Bourne, and is that Morrison? Yeah.
Yep. Morrison and Vasquez in the middle.
Geyer
gets it now up in the corner. Gets it to Vasquez now in the middle of the floor, guarded by Renette. And he gets doubled. Back to Geyer, up the sideline to Morrison. Gets doubled. Busey now for the layup. Beautiful.
There you go.
Excellent speed.
Making them pay for
Geyer. That's right. Exactly. They're giving up something on the backside of the defense. Excellent recognition there. Burnett up front, guarded by Bourne. Gets in the paint, spins, and layup doesn't go. And thought he had a couple extra steps there, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes against Bourne.
His 4th? No, 3rd.
That'll be the 3rd on Bourne.
Sam Koch will come in.
Koch checks in for Bourne.
Gets them both. Minute 24, Randy. Our game to win.
Ball goes into Vasquez. The Geyer layup doesn't go. Gibbs now with the rebound, gets it out to Renette. And Renette. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Dunlap to inbound, and Bourne now comes back in for Koch.
And Jones will come in for
Jones comes in for Busey. Kind of a defensive substitution there. Farmer to inbound. Ball into Gibbs. Guarded by Jones. Up to Renette. Guarded by Morrison. Renette drives baseline. Little floater. Doesn't go. It's batted around. Vasquez comes up with it. He's trapped. Gets it to Morrison.
Metamora takes a timeout. But you can't stand there. You're letting them trap you.
Yeah. So Coach Dame takes a full timeout. Talk things over here. And under a minute to go. 53.8. Redbirds up by 4. And they'll have the inbound here down right in front of the Dunlap bench.
And Koch and Busey will come in for the Redbirds. I'm sure they'll replace Bourne and Jones.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in the huddle here. So get all your ball handlers out there on the floor. So Dunlap still has a foul to give here before we're shooting free throws.
Randy, I'm not so sure where I want to be in the bonus. Eli, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were here earlier in the year.
Yeah,
we sure as heck didn't want to be in the bonus then. I know.
No.
I think it's a little different atmosphere today, though.
I mean, it's playoffs, but it's not.
We're not everybody's shoulder to shoulder. Not a crazy Morton student section. So I mean, maybe a little safer today.
A little bit.
Busey, Vasquez, Morrison, Geyer, Koch. Out for the Birds. Geyer to inbound. Gets it into Morrison. Morrison now at half court gets it over to Koch. To Vasquez, back to Koch. Looks baseline, reverses it over to Morrison. Now to Busey in the short corner, gets doubled. And ball goes up. Renette almost gets a hand on a Geyer. Now has it, and Stephen fouls him out top.
Because Geyer's strong with the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Geyer to hang on to it. And nice job by Geyer to meet the pass against Renette, because Renette was charging hard. He stepped in front of him, ripped the ball away. If he doesn't meet the pass, that's a steal and a layup by Renette. Ball goes into Vasquez, guarded by Jordan. All the way up to Busey for the layup.
Oh, boy, that's huge.
Up by 6. Under 30, Renette now. And almost got locked up by Morrison there. Farmer now to Renette for 3. Doesn't go.
Air ball.
And Redbirds to inbound with 12 seconds on the clock. Up by 6. Ball goes into Vasquez. He'll just hold it.
Yep, and they'll get across the top line. The Redbirds will live for another day.
Redbirds live to fight another day here in Morton. So Redbirds will match up with the Morton Otters here Friday night at 7 o'clock in the regional final.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting ball game. That's a big game. Redbirds go to 21-9. Well, this is the one to win.
We got the monkey. We got the Dunlap monkey off our back today.
Yep. Redbirds win by 6. That's a big ball game for Metamora. It sets up a barn burner Friday night. We're 2-0 in the powder box.
Yeah, true. Wow. Who would have thought? What a game.
Man, that's a huge win.
What a game. Nice job. You know, Gavin Geyer's got to be pretty excited being back really at full steam here for the first time in a long time. So what an exciting win for this young team.
Yep. I thought Geyer, he only had, about 8 points, 6 points maybe, but man, I thought he played an awfully good game for us.
He really did.
He was that gritty guy we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, great balance from this team, Vasquez did a nice job stepping up, hits the big 3-point shots. And just Brady Jones did a great job with the defensive boards. Colin Morrison did a great job staying in front of Renette most of the game, fighting through all those screens. So a really nice team game here by the Redbirds. Still a few miscues, but you know what? That's part of basketball. It's a game of mistakes,
Yep. At the end, we took care of the ball when we needed to. We played tremendous defense.
Oh, absolutely. The physicality, Redbirds really stepped it up in the physical department tonight and held their own, rebounded, and did a great job against the Dunlap squad.
Randy will we live to play again on Friday. We get to play the rubber match against Morton. We beat them in triple overtime here about 2.5 months ago, and it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a barn burner. Get here early. Why don't we go ahead and wrap it up? That'll do it from Morton High School. I want to thank you, Randy, our broadcast partner. I want to thank Mike Kerker, my brother, the cameraman, and Eli, our third partner on the broadcast, and the producer. That'll do it from Morton. Redbirds win 49-43. We'll see you Friday night in Morton.